up, everybody? What's going on? It's Friday night. Just got inside, had a barbecue. It was good eating and good times. Anyways, this video is because of the news broke this week that WWE is bringing back the brand split, bringing back the draft, and making SmackDown live on every Tuesday night. So SmackDown will now be live starting on July 19th. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. But I am very happy that SmackDown is going live. Should be a better show because it's live. It will be better. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm glad it's on Tuesday night and not live on Thursday, because that just would be kind of stupid. So here we go. This show is my fantasy booking of the WWE draft. As I said, the draft, the brand split is coming back. The draft, the real draft, is on July 11th. On Monday night, July 11th, will be the draft. But this is my fantasy booking of the WWE draft. And I got a list of 24 names on Raw and SmackDown, 24 names each of a roster of people on the main roster, part of Raw and SmackDown. First off, Raw will have a general manager, because that's what is best for business, in my opinion, is to have a general manager for both shows. Again, to me that makes the most sense. If you're going to bring back a brand split, you got to have general managers running the show. So the inmates and the wrestlers can't basically run the asylum and book their own matches. That'd be stupid. First, for Raw, the general manager will be Stephanie McMahon. For SmackDown, the general manager is Shane McMahon. So there are the GMs for both brands. And I say, because SmackDown is going live, well, I'll talk about that in a different show, about my thoughts on SmackDown going live. I won't bring that up now. Anyways, the WWE Women's Champion, Tag Team Champions, and WWE World Heavyweight Champion will be able to appear on both Raw and SmackDown. So whoever the champion, whoever the women's, whoever the tag, whoever the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is, they can appear on SmackDown and Raw if they choose. Or if they have to defend a title and they're on Raw, if they were drafted to Raw and they have to defend their title, they can go do it and go out to SmackDown and defend it against somebody on there. Here we go. So as I said, the tag, the WWE Championship, or WWE title, whatever you want to call it. They call it the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I still like to call it the WWE title. The WWE title, tag team titles, and women's title are a part of both brands. The champions can go on either show if they want. First, I'm going to go with my draft picks for Monday Night Raw. I got 24 picks that I came up with that I think make a pretty good roster to be a part of Monday Night Raw. And during the new brand split, these names are pretty damn good talent. Number one, drafted number one to Monday Night Raw, the WWE Champion Roman Reigns is drafted number one. He's the number one pick, and he goes to Monday Night Raw. Drafted number two, I did this for a reason, and I did this on purpose. Drafted number two is Seth Rollins. I think that would be a great idea to have both Rollins and Reigns on Raw, because they are feuding and they are going to have a match at Money in the Bank for the championship. Drafted number three. Again, I did this on purpose. Drafted number three to Monday Night Raw is the final Shield member, Dean Ambrose. He's number three, is Dean Ambrose. Drafted number four. A bit of a surprise, because you're going to need a couple surprises to both Raw. You're going to need a couple surprises to both shows and have different talent that was never in the WWE before on the main roster. You have to have some surprises of some new talent being added to Raw and SmackDown. So at number 4 is the debuting on the main roster, making his WWE debut, Bobby Roode is number 4. I'm a big fan of Bobby Roode, hell of a talent. I think he could do great things on Raw, part of the Raw brand. Number 5 on Raw is John Cena, number 5. Now I'm going to go to SmackDown and do the SmackDown picks. Number 1 pick for SmackDown, Kevin Owens is number 1, the number 1 pick for the SmackDown brand. Number 2, I did this on purpose. Number 2 is Sami Zayn. That's pretty damn easy to pick Owens number 1, Sami Zayn number 2, because they are currently feuding. And they probably will be feuding for a couple years. And they should, because they both have great chemistry and great matches together. Number 3 on SmackDown is Brock Lesnar. Put Brock on SmackDown. I don't know what his contract is, but I mean, they could use him twice a month. Put him on SmackDown twice a month. That's only 2 days out of a month. And maybe he could work 2 house shows, so that's only 4 appearances a month. That's not many. So WWE could maybe get Brock a new contract, add some new dates in there so he could appear on at least 2 SmackDowns out of 4 a month. Brock Lesnar, number 3, goes to SmackDown. Number 4, a returning Tyson Kidd is number 4 to SmackDown. Number 5, his tag team partner, former tag team champions, is Cesaro. Number 5 is Cesaro on SmackDown. And SmackDown will, I guess the WWE champ does not have to appear on SmackDown, because I'm going to make a SmackDown World Championship. It's not going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. They already did that. I don't want to see that again. It's not going to be the old WCW World Heavyweight Championship. They're not going to bring that back. That'd be stupid. To have the World Heavyweight Championship on one show and the WWE Championship on another, that'd be really stupid in my opinion, because the WWE Championship is now combined as the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So on SmackDown, they got an NXT Championship. It's just called the NXT Championship. So for SmackDown, I'm going to make a world title. It's going to just be called the SmackDown Championship. So SmackDown will have their own title. It can be a new design belt, maybe with the SmackDown logo on the belt, something like that. Or the SmackDown name on the belt. I think that'd be cool. So SmackDown will have the SmackDown Championship, just like NXT has their own championship. SmackDown will have their own championship. And the winner, whoever wins this triple threat at the, July pay-per-view, whoever wins triple threat cage match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. Whoever wins this triple threat cage match at the July pay-per-view will become the SmackDown champion. The champion of the SmackDown brand. Basically, it's a world title for SmackDown, but it's called the SmackDown Championship. So Kevin Owens against Zayn against Cesaro, triple threat cage match. Only way you can win is by pinfall or escaping the cage. The door will be locked. So only way to win, escaping the cage or by pinfall, and you become the new SmackDown World Champion. Or whatever, SmackDown Champion. SmackDown Championship. Who wins it? I would have Kevin Owens win the SmackDown Championship. And I would have Kevin Owens win the SmackDown Championship and be the champion for the SmackDown brand. And Roman Reigns is still champion on Raw for the Raw brand. He's WWE champion. You have Kevin Owens win it in the triple threat cage at the July pay-per-view. So Kevin Owens is my SmackDown champion. He is my pick to represent SmackDown as the champion. Back to Raw. Number 6 pick in the draft going on Raw, Luke Harper, drafted number 6. I know he's injured right now, but he should be back by August or September. So Luke Harper, not Luke Owens. I don't know who Luke Owens is. Luke Harper. He is my number 6 because I'm a big fan of the guy. And I like to see him on Raw. Number 7 pick and number 8 pick is Enzo Amore and Big Cash, drafted 7 and 8. So they're a tag team on Raw. And as I said, the tag champs on Raw will appear on SmackDown. So if Enzo and Cash win the tag titles, they could go to SmackDown then also and defend them. Whatever team wins them can then go to both Raw and SmackDown. Number 9 pick, drafted number 9 to Raw, is Carmella. I'm a big fan of hers. She's really improved in the ring. She looks great. She's got pretty damn good mic skills. Carmella's number 9 on Raw. Number 10 is her BFF, Baymella. Well, number 10 on Raw, drafted number 10, is Bayley. She leaves NXT and gets drafted to Raw. I really think on July 11th, when the draft happens, I kind of think Bayley probably should be drafted to the main roster, to Raw or SmackDown. Same with Finn Balor. Because July 11th is after TakeOver, so you don't really need Ballard or Bayley in NXT anymore. Even though Bayley is kind of the face of NXT in my opinion. But I'm drafting her to Raw, number 10. Number 11, drafted to Raw. Number 11 and 12 is a team from NXT being called up, Blake and Murphy. Number 11 and 12 on Monday Night Raw. Number 13 on Monday Night Raw, drafted 13, Becky Lynch, number 13. Number 14 on Raw, Apollo Crews is drafted number 14. Number 15 drafted. The number 15 pick on Raw is Eric Young. Again, just like Bobby Roode. Now Eric Young is on Raw. You got to have a couple surprises. And you got to sign a couple new talents to appear on Raw and SmackDown to make things interesting and better for the fans, to have new matchups, because you're going to have to call up a lot of new talent or sign a lot of new talent to make new storylines interesting for both Raw and SmackDown, because they're separate brands. Now back to SmackDown. Number 6 on SmackDown, drafted number 6, Kalisto. Number 7, Rusev. Number 8, Alberto Del Rio, drafted number 8. Drafted number 9 on SmackDown, AJ Styles. That's a big pickup for SmackDown, in my opinion. Number 10 for SmackDown. Number 10, this is going to shock a lot of fans, and it'll get a huge pop, huge reaction. Number 10 going to SmackDown will be Finn Balor. Number 11 on SmackDown, getting picked, number 11, Baron Corbin. The number 12 pick on SmackDown will be Bray Wyatt. That's another good pickup for SmackDown. They got Kevin Owens already. SmackDown has Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, Kalisto, Rusev, Alberto Del Rio, AJ Styles. Now Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, Number 13, drafted to SmackDown, NXT call-up, Ty Dillinger. Big fan of this guy. 10, 10, 10. He will be a 10 on the main roster if they push him and let him use, if they utilize his talents the right way, he will get over. He's already over in NXT as a 10 gimmick where the fans love chanting 10 because he's a perfect 10 and he's pretty damn good talent in my opinion. Drafted number 14 to SmackDown is another NXT call-up, Elias Sampson. I'm not a fan of his, but what the hell. Put him on SmackDown. Maybe he can get pushed as a good heel. Or at least get a lot of heat because he has a lot of heat in NXT from the crowd, from the NXT fans. Number 15 and 16 picks for SmackDown are the Rivalry. Dash and Dawson. I believe their team name is the Rivalry. I think it is. Anyways, Dash and Dawson, number 15 and 16 on SmackDown. Now I'm going back to Raw. Monday Night Raw, number 16 pick is Paige. Number 17, big fan of this woman, big fan of hers. Number 17 is Sasha Banks. Number 18, Naomi. I'm not a fan of Naomi's, but she has to get put on one of the shows, so she's on Raw. Number 19, The Miz on Raw. Number 20, Tyler Breeze at number 20 goes to Raw. Number 21, Titus O'Neil goes to Monday Night Raw. Number 22 and 23 are the Dudley Boys. They are on Raw. Now, number 20... Dudleys were 22 and 23. So now, number 24 and 25 picks are surprise returning team, formerly of Team Angle. It's the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Benjamin. The world's greatest tag team are number 24 and 25 picks to Monday Night Raw. And at the end of the draft, right before it goes off the air on Raw, this is what I would do. This is why this show is called Fantasy Booking, because this is what I would do. To make things more interesting, better, and make things a better product and more interesting for the fans. It would get a huge pop, huge reaction during the Raw main event. Have Kurt Angle do a run-in during the main event of Raw. And, I don't know, Angle slam a couple people in the ring and just snap and go crazy, lock on the ankle lock, do a couple Angle slams. It would get a huge pop, huge reaction. The fans would love it. At least I'd love it, to see Kurt Angle back and get one more run in the WWE, which he deserves before he retires. Kurt Angle could get, I don't know, 8 to 10 month run on the main roster, and then he could go in the Hall of Fame next year. So I'd have Kurt Angle running during the main event of Raw draft show. He would do a run-in, he'd beat the crap out of everybody in the ring, and then the show would end. Monday Night Raw would end. The draft would end. And we would not know what brand is Kurt Angle a part of. Nobody knows, because he just did a run-in and took everybody out. So I think that'd be damn entertaining. Really good to see. I hope Kurt Angle is at least drafted to either Raw or SmackDown in real life WWE. Back to SmackDown on Tuesday night. The number 17 pick on SmackDown. The draft continues on SmackDown on Tuesday. Number 17, Dana Brooke goes to SmackDown. Number 18, NXT call-up. I think it's her time to be called up, especially during the draft. Alexa Bliss on SmackDown at number 18. Number 19, Natalya, picked to be on SmackDown. Number 20. This is probably going to shock a couple people, but I think it'd be a great idea to have her return She didn't get a great run in her first run in the WWE. She didn't, because she had to leave because of personal issues and stuff that happened. Number 20, drafted number 20 to SmackDown, Awesome Kong. But don't call her Awesome Kong. Just bring her in as Karma. Call her Karma again. She could have the same theme. She could have the same gimmick, basically. In Karma, anyways, Karma was just like the same character as Awesome Kong. Anyways, so number 20 is Karma returning to the WWE on the SmackDown brand. As I said, you gotta throw a couple surprises in with a couple picks. You gotta have surprises on both Raw and SmackDown of new talent that we haven't seen before on the main roster. And we never got to see much of Karma at all, sadly, in her first run. So I hope they bring back Karma in the WWE and have her get drafted in the real draft, because I like to see it. Number 21 and 22 drafted to SmackDown. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are drafted to SmackDown. And they could feud with AJ because AJ's on SmackDown. Number 23 and 24, the final picks for SmackDown that I did. The final picks at number 23, 24 are the Usos. Not a fan of theirs or their characters. I have nothing against them personally, but I'm not a fan of their characters. You gotta put the Usos on either Raw or SmackDown because they're decent wrestlers. They're pretty good tag team wrestlers. So you gotta put them on one of the shows. So they go to SmackDown. So there is my fantasy booking of the WWE draft, which again, the real draft is taking place on July 11th. And then the next week, on July 19th, SmackDown goes live. Live on the air. Finally, it's about fucking time that SmackDown goes live. I'm really happy about it. Again, WWE Championship stays on Raw because SmackDown has their own champion. WWE Champion's Roman Reigns. The Intercontinental title is drafted to Raw. The women's title will be on both Raw and SmackDown. And the tag titles will be on both Raw and SmackDown. The SmackDown champion will be on SmackDown, and it's Kevin Owens. The U.S. Championship has been drafted. The U.S. title is on SmackDown exclusively. And the women's and tag titles, as I said, can be on SmackDown also. So there's my fantasy booking of the WWE Draft. Hope you enjoyed it. I tried my best with a lot of these picks. I tried to make some shocking debuts on the main roster like Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Finn Balor, Karma. Have Karma return in the draft and be drafted. Carmella, Bayley on Raw. Who else? Brock Lesnar going to SmackDown. Ty Dillinger debuting. Elias Sampson debuting. The Rivalry. Dash and Dawson. I don't know why I have trouble saying their names. Dash and Dawson also debuting on the main roster. Alexa Bliss debuting on the main roster on SmackDown. Also, AJ Styles drafted to SmackDown. Tyson Kidd returns to SmackDown. He's on SmackDown. And the number 3 pick is Brock Lesnar. That's a big-time, huge pickup for SmackDown to have Brock Lesnar on their show, in my opinion. Brock is number 3 for SmackDown. Hope you enjoyed my fantasy booking of the WWE Draft. I tried my best. I thought I had some good ideas for who should be drafted to what shows. And as I said during the draft, at the end of Raw, at the end of the draft show, Kurt Angle would do a run-in, and nobody would know which brand he's going to go on and which brand he's going to pick and sign with. Bye for now, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday night.